Hi guys, it's Andrew here from Eastmade Wood Splitters today, and welcome back to the Eastmade channel. If you haven't ever watched our channel, if this is the first time you've tuned in, thanks for joining us. Thanks for turning on the Eastmade channel. We normally do firewood related videos. That's what I do. I manufacture firewood equipment. I am based out of Perth, Ontario, Canada. And we sell a lot of our equipment to the United States. I would say 80% of our business is US. And honestly, guys, it's just because of the scale of it. Like Canada's got 40 million people right now. I think America has 350 million people. So you do the numbers. That's kind of what it works out to when you're dealing with both countries on a frequent basis. Is you're going to have probably 80 or 90% of it U.S. and then the other 10% of it Canada, just because of the just because of the population of the countries, guys. I was gonna do. I've been asked a lot about the tariffs. My perspective on the tariffs. Obviously they didn't come on. That was last night we got news that they were not going to put tariffs on. They weren't going to do that. My grandfather was a World War II vet. He served in Italy. He was in Ortona. If you haven't ever heard of the Battle of Ortona, look it up. So Grandpa was a part of that. He was a young man. He was probably 18 years old when he was there, and yeah, probably 18, 19. He wasn't a very old guy. He was 16, 17 when we went over. And I spent an awful lot of time in a fishing boat with this man, like a lot. This guy lived in the middle of nowhere. I spent a lot of time with him during a very critical point in my life. When I was a young man, 8, 9, 10 years old, up to 13, 14 years old, spent a lot of time in a boat with him, spent a lot of time with this old guy. And the one thing I learned from him is don't panic. Don't ever panic under any circumstance. Do not panic. I gotta say, I was doing pretty good there for the most part. But they were there for Friday. I was like, well, this might actually happen. Like I would thought, you know what, they might actually put a 25% tariff on all of our products from the U.S. And I want to take the time and thank all of our customers, because as of yesterday, we still thought that was going to be a possibility. We thought that was going to be, we're going to be hit with a 25% tariff. And we called all of our customers that had machines on order that were had stuff that was going to be built and going to have the tariff put on it. And I would say 95% of them were okay with it. They supported us. They said, you know what, guys, it is what it is. We're going to have to pay it. That's what it is. And I appreciate that. Thanks, guys. That means the world to me that we build products that are good enough that you guys think that highly of, that we can do that and still continue to operate. I'm completely and totally humbled by that we can actually, that it's hopefully not going to be that big of a deal. I kind of look at it like like somebody buying a trailer or something. You can get one that's painted black, or you can get one that's galvanized. You're going to pay more money for the galvanized one, but it's going to last you longer. It's going to be a better product. Not to say my competitors don't build good products. They do. There is some pretty stiff competition in this log splitter firewood equipment market right now. And honestly, guys, you're not going to go wrong buying any of them. And you're going to buy them from reputable companies. You're going to buy them from people that are good people. I know all the guys. They're awesome. Honestly, guys, I can't say enough good things about the other guys in this business. I can't put them down. I can't put their equipment down. It's good stuff. So anyways, from a logical standpoint, from a Canadian looking the other direction here, I think this is what a lot of people want to hear. There's a handful of things, like the whole thing doesn't logically make a whole lot of sense. You got to think, guys. I know a lot of people aren't around the Great Lakes, but a lot of people are. And if you are around there, that automotive industry makes that run. It makes every one of those major cities run. And either side of the border, guys. It's 20. It's right now it's 3% of the GDP of the United States directly. Indirectly, I bet you're probably close to 10-15%. By the time you think about all the people that's going to employ, all the fab shops, mechanic shops, the suppliers for little odds and ends, all that kind of stuff, the janitors, the companies like that, the companies going to clean and all that, I bet you're closer to 10 or 15% of the U.S. GDP is is related to the automotive sector, and it's you got to think if it's 25% going back and forth both ways, guys, and does it 3 or 4 times, it's that $100,000 pickup truck's gonna be $200,000 pickup truck. Um, so there's it doesn't feasibly make a lot of sense, and I get it, guys. I really do. Like in terms of manufacturing in the U.S. or Canada, we're much the same as you guys. We've lost a lot of manufacturing here to China, to Mexico, to places that can make it cheaper. We can't do stuff cheaper in Canada, guys. Like most of the time, I think if you see a big factor that it's here because it's a strategic location to be. It's favorable either for the mineral supply, for the raw material supply, for whatever reason. That's why it's here. It's not cheaper to manufacture something in Canada. We have the same bureaucracy. We have the same regulations, rules that you guys go through. We do it. It's more expensive. Same as timber. It's not cheaper to cut timber in Canada. That's the industry I'm in. It's not cheaper. We haven't had a saw log right now. A hardwood saw log is the same. It pays the exact same price as it did 30 years ago. So figure that out with fuel costs, insurance costs, all that stuff that's 5, 6, 7 times what it was that long ago. Wages, all that stuff. It's the same here as it is there. So there's that, and like you gotta think a lot of this stuff. Like I think it's fantastic to want to bring it back, or even to do it like bring it back from Mexico, from China, wherever, whatever third world country that it's getting made in, that it's cheaper. And I say use China as a third world country very loosely. If you've seen some of their manufacturing practices, they're a long ways ahead of us, guys. That's why it's not just the labor that's doing it. If you've watched some of the manufacturing stuff that they can do in China, they're light years ahead of us. They've built a complete and total high-speed rail system that spans the entire country in 4 or 5 years. That's incredible. I don't think they've done 100 miles of it anywhere in North America, and it needs to be done. So if they can span the whole country in 5 years, I don't know why we're straggling behind. Well, I do. It's same thing. It's a bureaucracy. It's rules, regulations. It's your hands being tied. And again, Canada, U.S. is equivalent in that respect. And you can't pivot like the automotive sector, specifically. The oil sector is another big one, and timber. Those are three huge ones. If you take away the oil specifically, there is a trade surplus going the other way. There really is. If you just get rid of the oil, let alone the timber and the automotive stuff, and again, this is all integrated stuff. So the in order to pivot that quickly, in order to drill for more oil, in order to frack more, in order to shift the automotive manufacturing plants to the United States on the other side of the border, to start up all the sawmills, guys, that haven't been running for years. There's very few of them that have. And then to get the skilled employees that know how to run it and operate it efficiently and effectively, takes time, guys. You're not just going to flip a switch and have this stuff run and have it operate. If you think that way, you're pretty naive to think that way. Because if you ever started up a piece of equipment or something that's sat for any length of time, there's stuff that go wrong, and then the people, like I said, the skilled labor that normally runs that is not around anymore. Can it be? Absolutely can be. For sure it can be. But it takes time, guys. It takes time to rebuild this. It takes time to do it again. The fentanyl, the drug problem and stuff. I'll tell you, and I love my American friends. I will tell you that I absolutely love. I've met so many wonderful, amazing, incredible human beings, like people that are just wonderful. But I'll tell you, I'm proud to be Canadian, guys. I am a very proud Canadian. I don't ever want to be an American for no reason. It doesn't matter where I go. And I hope I don't offend anybody here, but I can go anywhere in the world and you tell them you're a Canadian and their tone changes drastically. It changes quickly. Canada is a very, we're a peacekeeping nation, guys. That's in terms of our military, they talk about the military and stuff like that. We've fought alongside the Americans in every Every major war. I have guys working for them that have been in Iraq and Bosnia, Afghanistan, all over the place. Like we fought the same wars with you, and we've been there to do that, and we're proud of that. And in terms of the UN, we've that's typically what Canadians are known for historically. But the whole border thing, guys. I think if you actually look at it, there's far more stuff that comes from the United States into Canada in terms of guns, drugs, gangs, that kind of stuff, violent crime. It comes from the South for us too, guys. In terms of violent crime in Canada, it's violent crime and homicide rates on average per GDP we're 3 to 4 times less as a country than America. There's very little violent crime here. I feel safe walking anywhere in Canada. It doesn't matter what major city I'm in. I feel safe. I really do, guys. Healthcare is another big one. I know that's going to be a sensitive topic for a lot of people, but I don't know anybody in Canada. Our healthcare system isn't perfect, guys. I know there's going to be people up here complain about it all the time. It's not perfect by any means, guys, but it's free, and if you're sick, you get looked after. Doesn't matter who you are. I don't know a single person that has ever had to keep a job or stay at a job because of the health benefits, because they have insurance. I don't know a single person that has had horrific financial hardships because they've had a medical emergency or because something has happened in that regards that it has caused them to run into that kind of hardship. It doesn't happen in Canada, guys. I don't know of anybody that very few people will sue in Canada. That doesn't happen. That's something that's almost again non-existent. Because you don't need to. It's covered by OHIP or whatever province you're in. The medical expenses are covered. Then that's the major part of it. And the fentanyl guys, like the little town of Perth here, it's a beautiful, gorgeous town. It is a middle upper class town. It's a clean town. It's honestly it's a retirement community right now, guys. Is what the town of Perth is. But I know 10 people that are of my age group, that have overdosed, and good people that aren't not rough people, not by any means. Like these are all people that are good people, and they just decided to experiment with the drugs, and the fentanyl got them. We have the same issues here, guys, and I think as a whole, if you ask any Canadian, it's something we all have to get hold of, whether it be on one side of the border or the other. And I think I speak that for every single Canadian or every single person that's had a small community like that. So I guess on our end of it here, guys, on if for some reason at the end of the month here, there happens to be some sort of a stir up, if this actually happens, we're gonna have to charge you the tariff on it. It's gonna be a tax on your invoice, guys. I gotta charge it to you. It's 25%. It might not be that much. It might not ever happen. I doubt it will. But in the event that it does, it's gonna have to happen, guys. Like in terms of business, if you've run a business, if you've scaled a business, if you've grown a business to the size that we are now, most of these businesses are probably making anywhere from 8 to 12% on the bottom line. Some business might be 15, 20%. You're doing really good then. You're running a good solid business. If you're over 20%, you're either full of shit and don't know your books, or you're kicking ass. One or the other. There are a handful of businesses I've seen that are of this size, that will operate with that level of margin, but very few, guys. So to even cut it in half and meet in the middle at 12.5%, can't do it, guys. I wouldn't be in business. There's no possible way that would ever work and I'd ever survive that. But again, like I said, the customers have been actually incredibly, thank you, incredibly good. There were a couple of guys that were a little ornery about the whole thing. There's not a whole lot I can do on my end, guys. Honestly, there's not. I have to charge it. We will look after it on our end of it for you. We will pay the tariff on our end of it, so then there's no burden for you guys to look after it. If you choose to, you're more than welcome to. You can get a broker and arrange your own freight and shipping and stuff. But by all means, guys, we're more than happy to. But typically, we try to have a high level of service here, both at the sale and after the sale. We try to build the best quality products we can. The best quality products. If you've been around our machines, if you've worked with one of our machines, if you've ever walked at a show from our machines and seen the other ones, I have to build them better, guys. I have to be able to service you better. Being a Canadian and American market, I have to do it that much better so you guys will purchase it from me. And that's what we try to do here at Estimate, is we try to do a better job of it for you guys and for our customers, regardless of where you are. So anyways, guys, that is my perspective on it, on this whole tariff thing. Like I said, I've been asked by several people to do this video and to explain my position on it and kind of how it is. Guys, I'm not an economist. I'm a blue-collar redneck guy. I have a grade 12 education, never been to college, never been to university. It's just I don't have any level of education. I've been in business for quite a long time. I've done business on both sides of the border for a long time, and I've had a moderate amount of success with it. And this is my take on it. So anyways, guys, I hope everybody's well. I hope everybody's doing well. Thank you for watching the video. I appreciate everybody's support. I really do. Like I cannot thank you enough for being there for me. All the kind words, guys. Thank you so much. Hope to see you on the next one, guys. Take care.